I decided to remodel this base game home on the Crick Cabana lot. You can see I'm going through and either deleting the items, mostly the light fixtures, it's so dark in these base game builds, and then I'm putting the rest in my household inventory. You can see I'm relocating well, I guess not really relocating, but straightening up the stairs, and I decided to expand the house just to give us a little more space. I lowered the foundation as well, just I didn't like that little lip, and then I'm changing the roof color so it's not just the basic standard color. Here I remove all the walls, and I ended up keeping the same siding on the exterior. I liked this blue detail. A nice little tip is to delete the underside of the stairs, and it saves you a decent amount of money, which we want to do since this is a starter home. Like I said, I kept the same original siding and just got rid of this weird brown color and kept the blue. So you can see I'm changing the existing windows, and then I wanted to do some shutters on the front just to make it a little bit nicer. You don't see this in the video, but I even played around a little bit with shortening the wall height, doing the shortest wall height, but with these pillars here that I replaced in the front, they just look so awkward and disproportional, and so I kept them this medium wall height. So I really like how that turned out here, and I used the nicer ones just to give the front of the house. I mean, it really is just a giant rectangle. So I wanted a little bit of detail. You can see I'm going through debug. I have Twisted Mexies, I believe. They're better built by mod, and it is life changing. I hadn't ever used it before, so this is literally my first time using it, and it is amazing. So I wanted to add again just some details on this cute little front porch. Your Sims can't actually sit on these chairs, they're literally just decorations, but you know, as your Sim like after their first day of work, they could buy actual chairs. Or, you know, if you paint it or something like that, which you can't do because I didn't add an easel to this build. But anyway, I just wanted the front porch to look a little more interesting, so I have these flower pots, and I have always wanted to use these hanging flowers, and they just worked perfectly right there. So we just filled out the front again using base game. All the landscaping is totally free except for those little daisies, which I kept because I just thought they were really cute. But they're very, very inexpensive. So yeah, we're just landscaping here, and you can see I had some issues with the debug landscaping. It's like hopping around, and anyway, it's being very silly. So I'm just trying to fill in the space, not over landscape it, which I mean compared to like EA base game builds is I'm over landscaping, but I just wanted it again to feel full and kind of lived in. Like maybe your Sim, you know, bought a house at this house and it's been there for a while, and you know, and someone, you know, maybe someone who's older just took care of the lawn, and it was really well done, the garden, the lawn, whatever you want to call it. And then I use these base game plants all the way around. Maybe it was excessive, and I actually shrunk down the size. I didn't love how close it was to the back, and I just maybe I got a little carried away with the lighting the whole house. But again, it's just a rectangle, so having a little plant life around the rectangle makes it a little more interesting. So like I say in my channel description, I'm an interior designer, not a landscape architect, so this is definitely not my strong suit, but I'm learning to build in The Sims, learning to build better, and that includes landscaping. So I tried. um, yeah, I'm just kind of doing some final adjustments. I used some more of those cute little daisies there, and I think the neighbor actually has some of those daisies, so I like the idea of, something similar. Here I'm just adding some terrain paint, and of course, like everyone, I was having issues with it disappearing on me. So thankfully, I don't think I had too much of that issue. Now we're on the inside, which is obviously my favorite. So this home previously was 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and I kept it that way. It just had that really awkward hallway, and I just really didn't. Oh, that was some more debug stuff that I was like, I want to use this later. So here I was pulling some things from the household inventory, just reusing it. Sometimes things depreciate in the sim. I think that's when you're actually playing in live mode, live mode. I don't know. I call it the literal opposite of all other simmers I've ever watched. So I'm trying to relearn, I guess, the correct way. But anyway, I just was working on the kitchen, and I flip-flopped the kitchen and the living room, and then put the dining room in the middle. We don't have that bump out like before. It just seemed awkward. I guess it could be a cute detail, but I'm not the biggest fan of angles and things like that. So, and I just tried to get some nicer furniture and nicer swatches and things like that. Again, nicer as much as you can when you're building a base game starter home. So I was kind of keeping what was going on outside with the blue color scheme inside, and then going with kind of that beigey tan color and a darker wood for interest. I personally, in my work as an interior designer, like mixing wood, and I think that just keeps things interesting. It's not all matchy matchy. Like, I don't like buying or recommending fully matching furniture sets, and so in The Sims, we inherently get that because of the, you know, mismatched wood tones and various styles and things like that. So you can see I added all of the wall coverings. It's just paint with the trim, and I did it in all the same rooms because that's how real houses are. You know, a builder grade home or something like that would have that. So here I'm working in the bathroom. I really wanted to have this nice shower, and I'm obsessed with this the upgrade where you can slot things into the sink, or the update, I mean. And I'm just kind of accessorizing the bathroom and putting the tile just nice and simple. It's like that blue-gray base game, cheap but nice. So yeah, this is me looking around, and I'm like, why don't I have any more money? So I am like, oh, I guess we don't get curtains in the living room, but we need it in the bathroom. I mean, Sims don't technically need it anywhere, but I moved the curtains, no curtains out there, and I was like, let's save some money, and it was barely anything, I'm sure you saw. But anyway, so I was just trying to get some more money because I really wanted a computer. As if you play The Sims at all, they can do a lot of stuff from their phone, but it's nice to have a computer. So I unfortunately had to downgrade the chairs. That's actually the chairs I think they had originally. I wanted to have 2 nightstands. That's, if you have 2 people sharing a bed, it is nice to have 2 nightstands. But again, I'm just like, we're just trying to scrounge up as much money as possible. And you can see I'm just trying so hard to not okay, let's get a cheaper buffet table, console table. Anyway, so many different names for furniture, but this is very, very common to do in my real job as an interior designer. Is you fall in love with everything. Okay, we're over budget, so then you have to scale some things back. So I really want that tub, but you can see I needed to go with the less expensive base game tub, but it has the little blue details, so that ties into the blue color scheme. This room I pictured more of like a matching color palette. I wanted to use that bunny. It's the special unlock of this event, I think, that they had, I think, before I started playing The Sims 4. But yeah, so this room is kind of a red, white, and blue, but also yellow theme. So, you know, primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, and some white. So it's very simply decorated, but there's some toys and an instrument. Literally went with the cheapest console, which happens to be a kid's one, but added a plant, added that little llama sculpture from base game, not base game, from debug, and then was like, let's do this nicer plant. So I only have $12 left, and I'm just looking around trying to find anything I can to just save a little bit of money. I even try switching out this rug so that I can get a rug in the primary bedroom, which I end up doing once I delete those curtains above the computer. So it ends up being brown, blue, and beige for this base game starter home. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe.